All right, today we're here with AJ. AJ, one of the soon-to-be first unicorns of real estate, a personal mentor of mine and somebody who is one of the top brokers in Dubai. AJ, I've read both your books, an absolutely incredible person, and why we're here today as well to talk about all of your business achievements and all of the amazing things that you're doing in Dubai. AJ, welcome to the Elevate podcast.
Thank you. What a great intro. I don't know how what to say after that. Thanks a lot.
I could go on too, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
AJ has been in Dubai, I think it's going on about 10 years, is that right?
In October, it will be 10 years.
Amazing.
A decade.
A decade.
Wow.
Incredible. And AJ has an amazing story where you came to Dubai at around about 29, 30?
Yeah.
This
I
age,
was
yeah.
29 and a few months.
Yeah. And what for Dubai, like what made you want to actually move to Dubai? Did it have this kind of reputation back then?
It wasn't a move to Dubai. I came here to visit a family member. It's my uncle, and I fell in love in the city, and I stayed in the city. I never went back. So when I came in, I had clothes maybe for like a week maximum. Didn't have much cash on me because I was coming again for a week. But when I came in here and I saw the city, I fell in love with it. And Dubai was way different 10 years ago. Like it's changing on a monthly basis. You have new streets, new buildings, new stuff coming. But still, when I came in, I felt and I smelled the glory. The city was so clean. City of lights. So when I came in Sheikh Zayed Road first time, I fell in love with it. I had a feeling, something telling me, stay here. You will make a career in here, and that's exactly what happened.
Wow. So you had this feeling.
Yeah, it was a gut feeling like this is wow, and you should be here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was that immediate, or did that come a few days in after experiencing it, or?
I mean, like I was fascinated by the city, how it looks like. The second I left the airport, like when I reached Sheikh Zayed Road, I was looking left and right, and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. Next day, when I went down the beach, I also felt really good and weird because that was, so I came October 23rd, 2014. So on the 24th, I came down the beach and the water was warm. And I'm like, what is this? Like, is it sorcery or what? We're in October, man. It's freezing everywhere else. But it also felt good. Like the dynamics and the diversity you have in the city, so many nationalities. Like it doesn't have an identity. Like you cannot say this is a European place or this is an Arabic place or this is an Australian place. Like in Dubai, you see so many people. Like you feel like the world is in one city. So all of this stuff, made me curious, made me feel like, yes, definitely I want to be here. I'm not saying it was easy. I'm not saying anyone should try it. It's so weird, actually. But for me, I'm like, I wanted to stay, which I've done. And I said that I will never leave the city up until I become a multi-billionaire. Yeah. This is why I'm still here.
And on your way to that, I'm sure, I mean, I see all the incredible things you're doing, and some of the things that I like about what you've done is you're giving back to people that are new to the city, people that are trying to make their way and learn, and they're inspired.
It feels great. First of all, like most of the people get so focused on making money, and making money is beautiful, don't get me wrong. I'm not the guy that will tell you money doesn't give you happiness. No, it does. But what I'm saying, like after you reach a level where you're not chasing the money anymore, money is just flowing to you, you start feeling and discovering yourself that giving is way better than making. And when I say giving, it doesn't mean like if someone randomly texts you on Instagram and say, hey, help me, I need this and that. No, those are beggars. Never help them, because if you help them, you're still creating more of those. When I'm saying giving is just like give your time, give your love, give your energy, and give your knowledge. When you learn how to give it to people and see the impact that you're doing on their life, it's beautiful.
And AJ, were you always this person, or did this
No.
come away through?
No, I was a total lost in life. I didn't have any purpose. I didn't know what I was doing. There was times where I was doubting my existence. Why I'm here? What's the point of me being alive? If I'm not alive, would something change in this planet? No. So I reached that point. I reached depression. I reached everything. But when I came in here, the beauty about the city is like it doesn't give you a free time to start dwelling
Yes.
and have your sorrows. It's just like you have to go grind all day as long as you're awake in order for you to survive. So yeah, I didn't have time to be sad or upset. I was just going with it, surviving, which was my first my first 2 months. It was really hardcore. Like it was tough. It was days where I didn't afford food, transportation. I was walking sometimes 15 kilometers in the heat, wearing a suit, carrying a laptop. This wasn't.
But doesn't this just make it
Absolutely.
part of an amazing story?
Absolutely.
You know?
Like when I was going through it, I was even judging myself. I'm saying, good, you
Yes.
deserve it because you was an asshole. You were spending your money on parties. And now you deserve it. So whatever you're going through, good. So I was really tough on myself. And what I have done, I'm like, you know what? I've been living all of my life in the wrong way, thinking that it was the right way by being the cool guy, having fast cars, dating, and just like be all over the place. But when I came here, I'm like, okay, now we have to make it different. So I still remember got some friends, and most of the time my friends were traveling, going to Thailand, Bali, seeing these places. I wasn't traveling. I was just staying at home. If I'm not working, I'm on YouTube. I'm reading books. I'm seeing what are the brokers doing in the States, how they're practicing in Europe, what do they do, trying to grasp as much as possible and kind of like forming my own character.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I was really into reading. I'm still into reading. I read a lot. I write as well. And yeah, so when I isolated myself from the crowd, whatever that crowd was, and really focused on building myself, I started seeing my potentials. And I still remember down the line when the first time I got my first 100,000 dirhams, I was like, wow. Yeah, I'm the don now, you know.
Of course,
Yeah, like 100,000 dirhams from living like having a daily budget of 10 dirhams a day, split between a sandwich and the metro to have your 100,000. You were like, wow, I can get a car loan, I can buy clothes, I can travel if I want to. But then I'm like, if I made 100,000, why I can't make 1 million? And then it was like for me, but how to do the million? Because the 100,000 had a method.
Yes.
The million is different. So I kept practicing until I achieved that. And when I did the million, I'm like, why not 10? And it's going to be endless. It's going to be like that all of our life. Because the main goal is not achieving that quantity of cash. The main goal is the person you will become in order for you to achieve this. So if you take Anthony, when Anthony was 30 years old, and you put him in what I'm doing right now, I would say this is gibberish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So it's because in every level we level up in life, we are changing as humans.
Yes.
How did you exactly start it when you came to Dubai? You loved the place, it was inspiring, then you said, okay, I want to move here, I feel it. What were the first starting points? What did you do? How did you start? Did the family help you here? You said you had a couple members.
I had an uncle, wife, and my cousins. That's the only family I have in here. No, actually now I have my brother who moved in and brother-in-law who moved in. But back then it was the only family I had in here. So we were discussing, me and my uncle, and he was like, you've always been good at sales. This city is kind of based on real estate. Why don't you apply? And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? So I remember that afternoon after the beach, we did the CV and we uploaded it on the Bizzle. So back then, the Bizzle used to be a portal that feeds all of the recruitment agencies and whoever is applying for a job. And yeah, the CV was out and I was start getting calls to come on Sunday for interview. Back then, Sunday used to be a working day.
Okay.
Friday was the day off. This has recently changed a few years back.
Yes,
I think in 21 maybe it changed.
Yeah.
But back in the days, yeah, Friday and Saturday were the day off. Sunday was a working day.
Yes.
So I started going for these interviews and I went to so many beautiful and nice offices. They didn't feel right. It felt it's too big, too flashy. It didn't sit right until I joined the company where I am today and I became a partner in it, which had nothing fancy in it. That was like a maximum 1,000 square feet of an office.
Yep.
And the agents all they looked like ghetto, they looked like gangsters, but it felt amazing. It felt this is the place,
These are my people.
yeah. So I stayed there. We were maximum 32 35 brokers, but it felt great. So when I started, all of the previous real estate knowledge I had was useless, because doesn't matter what you know, where did you practice. Dubai is a different school. So when I started, I didn't know what to start. I was looking at everyone and these guys were just like picking up phones, calling people, hey sir, do you want to buy, you want to rent, you want to sell, which they still do until date.
They do, yeah.
So I told myself, like, it cannot be it. It cannot be that silly. There must be something else. So first months was really upsetting because I was going there not knowing what to do, looking at people and I'm like, what the fuck they're doing, and leaving. Then I'm like, I should find something else. So you wanted in details, it's a very long story.
Yeah, we saw on your Instagram that you are against cold calls. You say it's a dumb strategy,
It's
you know,
not
and
dumb,
you came up with other things.
But let me tell you something. So it's like I have properties and I have sold over 750 properties in Dubai, and my number is listed on all of these properties. I have over 35,000 numbers blocked, and I still receive between 40 to 50 calls a day, and they're all saying the exact same bullshit with zero value. Hey Anthony, I'm calling you for your unit. Is it available for sale or for rent? And I just hang up, block number. But what makes me think is like, this person, they're not doing this because they want to do this. It's just like because these real estate companies are just recruiting people, giving them databases and telling them abuse it. If you manage to close one deal, they will give you a visa and you will keep doing the same stuff. If you don't close anything, they will kick you out after 60 days, 90 days and keep reshuffling people. So there is no value. So instead of someone doing this, because end of the day, what? So you called me, you think that I'm gonna fall in love with your voice? I'm gonna say he's sent by the gods, let me give him my $1 million property? Like, who are you, first of all, to ask about a property? What have you done?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when someone calls you, it's like, is it available? Like, what's your concern?
Yeah.
And when a landlord is being called this many times, first, he's gonna hate his house. He was like, everyone wants it. I hate it. I don't feel comfortable with it. Yeah. So the cold callers are not only they're screwing their own image and their company's image, they're also screwing the city's image. Because I tell everyone, when you're a broker in Dubai, you're representing your parents. You're representing your family, you're representing the city, you're representing the glory we live in here. So make sure you are up to the standards before you say, I'm a licensed real estate broker in Dubai. You need to act as a license. You need to show that you have learned, you have studied, you have value to give. So when I was doing, when I do it, I didn't do cold calling. I'm like, no way I will do it. So I started roaming around in an area where I stumbled into hotel apartments, and it was kind of a virgin industry back then, untouched. No one knew about it.
Yeah.
So this is where I specialized.
How did you stumble across this? So you were just researching and...
No, so I was walking down the JBR area, and all of the buildings look the same. There is 5 or 6 communities, starting from Shams to Al Furjan.
Yes.
That's the borders. So in between, when I was walking, I saw a few buildings that they had this huge sign.
Yes.
Huge sign. And I just went in it and I'm like, hi, I'm here to check apartments if you can help me. She was like, yeah, of course. What do you want to see? Like 1 bedroom. And also let me see the 3 bedrooms. Maybe my family will come. Again, back then, I had nothing. T-shirt, jeans,
Yeah.
zero knowledge, zero anything. Went in the apartment. I fell in love with it. It was gorgeous, fully furnished, serviced, beautiful. Then I saw the 3 beds apartments. I had the same feeling, the same one that I got when I stepped in Sheikh Zayed Road, the same feeling when I joined Provident Estate, and the same feeling was in that building. It was the same gut feeling, like this is where you're gonna make money. So I saw it, I went down and I told them I want to meet the sales director.
Yeah.
And they were like, do you have an appointment? I'm like, no. They were like, yeah, it doesn't work this way. You
Yeah.
have to take an appointment. I'm like, it's okay. I have time. And I sat in front of his office for 2 hours.
Okay.
So I had nothing else to do.
Yeah, of course.
But for him, he was like, who's this guy, man, waiting for me for 2 hours? He went out. He was like, you made me so curious. Like, what do you want? I'm like, let's have a coffee. So we started talking, and I'm like, I'm here to change your life. And he was like, interesting. What do you do? I told him I'm a broker. And he just was like, another one. One of those.
One of those. He
Yeah.
classed you. Yep.
So I told him that I want the building exclusive. He burst laughing. He was
Yeah.
like, do you have any idea who we are? I'm like, no. He was like, doesn't work this way. This is my business card. Go make a proposal. Take an appointment for next time.
Yeah.
Wear a suit and come. Fuck, I don't even have a suit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done it. He kept rejecting me he rejected me 4 times until I found a way, a method where I really did it, and I ended up having this exclusive. And this was my start. This is where I had my first breakthrough, as we say. This lasted from mid 2015 up until mid 2017, or even Q3 2017. I had this exclusive. I reached a point where I was making 50,000-60,000 dirhams a month just answering phones without doing anything. And then I'm like, okay, what's next? Now I need to level up. I need to join the sales. And end of 2017, I joined the sales. Yeah, and I stopped doing the hotel apartment lease. And later on, I founded multiple companies that ended up doing the same and the
Yes.
same services.
AJ, for those people at home who are interested in Dubai, they're looking and they, are a bit overwhelmed on who to pick and how to pick, a trusted person to help them with whether it's buying, selling, leasing. How do you think, people should go about picking a partner in what they want to achieve property-wise in Dubai?
There is multiple stuff that you can follow. Number one, first of all, you can go to Dubai Rest. It's the application from the land department.
Non-residents can use this?
Any human can use it with internet. So you get the app and you can search for brokers, and it will show you the broker stars, what they have done, how many years they've been in the industry, how many sales they have been doing. So you like this guy, you can click immediately, you will receive their email and their phone number. You can WhatsApp them, you can call them.
Sure.
You can have a talk with the person and tell them, let's do a Zoom call and start discussing. And based from the information that this person is giving you, you can tell if he's the real deal or he's just a phony.
Yeah.
Right? It's so easy. Like if someone tells you, buy this, trust me, you will make money. And if someone is telling you, oh, John, following on the history and on the pattern, the next area what I'm trying to sell you, it was released in 2016, handed over in 2019. It made capital gain of 35% on the first year. Then on the rental, short term is doing this much, long term is doing this much. In the year 2020, during COVID, it dipped this much. In 2021, it went this. So when someone is giving you this, all of this, I'm like, this is the real deal.
This
and
is
this
the
guy,
guy.
trust me, sir, buy, you will go up. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Come
bye.
on, man. Yeah.
It's not that hard. You can also check in the portal, see how many listings they have, but don't take it as this is a rule. Why? Because a person like me, my main business is off-plan investment. I do have 50 listings, don't get me wrong, but my main business is off-plan investment. So it depends on what you want to buy. You can see it. Also, you can check the companies that this person works for. So in Dubai, every developer every year give rewards to the top 20 companies that they have. That is this guy working for the top 20 companies or not? Is he somewhere to be seen or not? Is this company has a good reputation or not? How long has they been on the market? If they've been on the market past 2008, means these guys are beasts because they have survived the world crash that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And they kept and they're still here. So there's lots of stuff that you can validate in this way. Yeah.
Check the numbers. A question which is interesting to me. You said, you know, you were this guy, the party guy, you were going out, girls, this, that. And then you found yourself in Dubai, you were like getting more serious. How much does religion plays into that, or does it play into that, into this change of you?
It does. It does. And I can tell you for the past 3-4 years, I haven't been this religious in my life. Even though I'm Lebanese and where we come from, we are considered as the second or third population that's still so into religion and praying and stuff. But when I was lost in life, I lost my religion. I lost my face. I lost my face. For me, everything started to all look the same. I started getting all of the religious books and reading each one by one and seeing like, there's barely differences between all of those, but there's no practice. That's the main issue. So it's like, look at all of the surrounding. There's no practice. So, and this is what I tell people, like, it doesn't matter if you pray 1 time, 3 times, 5 times, or 10 times a day. It's how you treat other people that speaks volume about you and your faith and about God itself. So yeah, religion is a must. It's the best moral compass out there. We're not gonna speak about any specific religion saying this is the real one or this is the genuine one. But as a human being, if you believe in God, if you believe in a higher power, if you fear those higher powers as well, genuinely you're a good person. You will be acting good. And if you are an atheist or you just live like you are the only one on this planet, the outcome is not gonna be good. Let's put it this way. Yeah, so religion, it's extremely important, super important. And you know, believe it or not, like I pray every day and every Sunday I go to church. And when I go to church, I post it.
Yes.
And I post it on purpose because I want to do that snowball effect. And it did.
Yeah.
And lots of people started asking me, what is this? And they started going and they started filming. So I'm like, okay, if I can manage to bring 5 people to church and these 5 people are managing to get another 5, this is 25 and it will grow. And also I have lots of Islam friends now and they're going more often to the mosque and they're posting it and it's becoming the snowball effect. So in this way, when we go back to God, we have more beliefs. It will help us a lot to stay away from evil because we're seeing in 2024 evil is spread in a crazy way and all over the countries.
Yes.
So yeah, I urge everyone to go back to God regardless of what your religion is.
One question. So for people, you are obviously Christian. For people outside, you know, I lived in Texas for a year and I came from Texas to Dubai, you know, a very religious Christian place. And, you know, they were like, oh, you need to take care. Can you even take the Bible with you? And are they gonna, you know, like very afraid of that. Can you maybe talk to people about how it is being a Christian in Dubai?
In Dubai, being a Christian,
I've
never felt anything wrong or weird in my life. Trust, I've never had an issue. I've never had any person in Dubai disrespecting me or talking to me in a bad way. And I'm talking about locals and I'm talking about expats. So it never affected me in any way. And I heard the same stuff as well, like do not put the cross in here or you cannot have a tattoo or something. Trust me, no one cares. This city have one mentality. Be respectful, respect everyone, never disrespect people. What are the other laws we have? Do not drink and drive, which is everywhere, but drink and take an Uber wherever you want.
It's okay,
and that's it. So no, like whatever your religion is, in here you will never feel like you're discriminated or you are on a side or because you're not Muslim they will treat you differently. No, actually I've been more respected here than anywhere else on the planet. I can vouch for this.
Yeah.
Anthony, how do you view your life as well? Do you view your life like, you know, during those tough times? Like I know you said you were walking, you know, 15 kilometers in a suit and this kind of thing. Like, are you thinking of your life as a bit of a movie, and you're thinking like the low and the high points? And do you still kind of reflect and think about, you know, your life is in such a way that, you know, it is, you know, the sort of not fall, but the start and the end, and like, how do you view your life is what I'm interested in, like the story.
I'll simplify it by saying at the age of 30, previous Anthony died, and I got the rebirth of the new one. And this new one, when he was born, I made him. Only me. I made him. I didn't take anything that my teachers taught me, nothing that my parents taught me, nothing that my religion taught me. I taught myself everything, from seeing the world differently, from focusing on the great stuff. And I was lucky enough that I was in this city that gives everyone an opportunity to be someone if they really put down the work and they are good people. And lots of people will tell me, you talk about UAE more than you were, let's say, if you were in Emirati.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not paying me to do anything.
Of course, yeah.
But I'm telling you from life experience, everything I've done in the city because it offered me great opportunities. It gave me safety, and it gave me something super important, that you can be any human that you want. You can evolve so quickly because you're just surrounded by business mind people. I'm not surrounded here by guys who staying in the shisha lounge all day, you know, playing cards. I'm surrounded by people that they're discussing ideas that can turn into businesses. So yeah, this is what happened earlier. Now I'm in a stage in my life where, like, okay, if you've made the success, you've made your sales, you've made your businesses, you've made this, you've made that, you've made books, you've made courses, you've made everything. But what is the real calling? What's the real purpose? Am I here just to exist and have a great life? Or I am here maybe because I want my name to be mentioned in the history books?
Yeah.
Would I create or invent something that can help humanity? So now I'm in that stage more than like what can I achieve, because I achieved a lot, and everything I'm gonna achieve on top, if it comes to business or companies, it's just more money.
Yes.
Which is not giving me a fulfillment nowadays. Fulfillment now is just like trying to find what's my true existence for. Why am I here? Am I here just to live like I'm gonna die as a number or a name? Let's put it this way.
Yes.
Yeah. Some people are called by names because they have done something, and just the remaining are numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Good saying.
And what about children? Is that something that, you know, you've thought about? Is
I've
that part of your legacy as well?
never had children. I've always kind of tried to avoid it for two reasons. Reason number one, that I come from a broken family. My parents has been divorced since we were kids, me and my brother. It didn't really affect me when I was growing up, but it's just like it was always scary for me just to do the same, like to get married, to have a couple of kids, and then have to get to a divorce and kind of be distracted between my kids. And what I'm seeing in life now, like the divorce ratio is nuts.
Yes,
it's crazy. And everyone who's getting divorced, they are usually married with kids. Like I've been married for a couple of years, and we agreed on just like keeping this in a cooler.
Yes.
Not talking about it. Yes. And I have an amazing life, and I feel I have it because I feel like me and my wife, we're dating.
Yeah.
We don't have responsibility. So if we get bored, where do you want to travel to? Okay, good. Book tickets. We're bouncing.
You keep it exciting.
You don't have that attachment. You know what I mean? So just like we can roam around the world. Now, did I remove the idea totally from my head? No. I'm just kind of like leaving it to see what's happening. But I'm not pursuing it.
Yes.
Let me be very honest. I'm not pursuing it. At least not in the moment, because my life is a chaos now. I'm managing 7 companies.
Crazy.
not to do my own personal stuff, my trades. I'm writing my third book as we speak. You know, I'm preparing my advanced course. So I do lots of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't feel I'm ready now to just leave everything and be a father. Yeah.
Interesting.
And in terms of what I like is you're giving back to people as well. So you've got your books are centered around helping new people in the city trying to make it. So
Yeah.
maybe some, and also your course that you've got as well is about helping brokers and helping people in the city.
Yeah.
What would be some of your advice to maybe somebody who has had that feeling, that gut feeling, that wow moment about Dubai, and they're saying, I'm not leaving here? What would be, you know, some of the earlier steps that they should be doing? What should they be consuming in terms of content, and what should they be doing on a day-to-day, do you think, for these people?
First of all, they need to stand out from the crowd. If 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 are picking up the phone, calling people to say the same stuff, don't do it.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stand out from the crowd, unlearn everything that you've already learned. It's okay to be alone. Trust me, being alone is the most powerful feeling you can ever get. This is where you get to discover yourself as a human. Who am I?
Comfortable alone.
Yeah, who am I, first of all? I'm coming here to become, let's say, the best broker in Dubai. Amazing. But in this second, who are you? I'm no one. Let's acknowledge this. It's good.
Acknowledge it.
Yes,
Yeah.
say it.
I
I
think
am
that's
no
powerful.
one. Of course,
Yeah.
because like if in order for you to reach the sky high, you have to hit your lowest, the rock bottom. You have to. That's the only way to bounce. And you need to acknowledge that wherever I am going through, it wasn't my parents, it wasn't my countries, it's only my fault. And I am the only person who can change it. Amazing. We removed step number 1.
Yes.
Step number 2, how I'm gonna change it. Plan it out. Write it down. I have 24 hours a day. I'm sleeping 7. If you're even that broke, you shouldn't be you should be sleeping 3. You don't deserve to sleep.
No.
That's number 1. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna work 18, 20 hours. How I'm gonna utilize it? I have this much for R&D. This is my research and development.
Yes.
I have this much to practice, and I have this much to take care of my body and my mind. I need to stop eating crap. And when I say crap, it's mainly all of the junk food. Not gonna name 1 or 10. Everything junk. Kill it. Start eating fruits and vegetables. Fill your body with protein in order for you to be fit. If your body is shit, your mind will be worse. Your body needs to be clean so you can think properly, you can sleep properly, you can digest properly. That's what I'm telling you. All of the steps, you need to change it. And all of this, I just put it in the book.
Yeah.
Take charge, you know, I just
course.
put it. And in the book, when I wrote it, I didn't make a huge book giving examples and talking about stories. I just gave you 150 pages of golden nuggets. Go read it.
Yes.
Don't do the same. Just see what you like and try to implement it yourself, and definitely you will see a change in your life. This is what has worked for me, and I put it out there like a guidance manual. Like, it's so easy to read. There is no posh words. There's nothing complex. Just to read it, and in the book you will have chapters that's talking about the time management with a very simple calendar.
It breaks it all out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very simple calendar. Then it goes to prospecting. Then it goes in the prospecting, this is the best saying I love to say, which is the more hands you shake, the more money you make. People need to know about you. And then you go to follow my cheese, or actually follow the cheese, where I speak about prospecting, chasing the money. Don't wait in the office waiting for the lead to come. You go make the connections. So all of this is there. And in chapter number 1, I speak about the trinity of success, and I say you need to align your mind, body, and soul. So when it comes to the soul, you have to stay away from life is hard. Did you watch the Arsenal game yesterday? These guys, you have to stay away from them.
Stay away from distractions.
Yes, not only distraction, the people that brings so much bad energy and negativity to your life. Even if they're telling you about their life, how miserable they are, the fact that you're listening to it is triggering your subconscious that you are in the same state, whether you like it or not.
It needs to go.
Yeah, this needs to be cleaned out. I prefer to stay alone than being surrounded with 5 losers. Doesn't
For
matter
sure.
who they are. Even if it's my own blood, doesn't matter. If they're losers, they're losers. Stay away from them.
Yeah.
When it comes to food, talking, we just said it, like have a lot of vegetables, you know what I mean? Have a lot of protein and train. Every home in Dubai has a gym.
Yes.
Even if you don't have a gym, wake up in the morning, go run for 30 minutes, come back sweating, let that blood pump into your brain, you know. So by the time when people are dragging themselves to the office at 9 a.m., you will feel like it's your 2 p.m. You're full of energy. You're there. I'm here to make money. I don't want to listen. Whoever comes to me is like, Anthony, do you want to have a cigarette? No, you go enjoy yours. I'm here to make money.
You're controlling your environment, and you're also making sure that your mind, body, and soul are completely connected. So you're curating every environment, actually. You can't live part in the light and part in the dark. You can't
It's a trinity. You have to align the 3 together. Your mind is like feeded with it's like how you train your bicep. Train your mind, man. Read. Doesn't matter which topic you're reading. When you read, you kind of cleanse yourself. You have your balance. It's beautiful to touch a paper, to smell it. Sometimes you read a book and it's garbage, but then you will hit that one sentence which is like, whoa,
mindset shift.
It just triggered something. I'm like, oh wow, that's true. That sentence can lead you to be doing 2-3 hours of research, and you will end up having a new business.
For sure.
So except maybe for the people outside, I think we need to finish the podcast soon to wrap it up. For the people outside, you said you're a big reader. Obviously, your book helps people in Dubai, especially in real estate. What else are 2 good books for the people maybe outside to learn something?
There's
what can
a
you
lot,
recommend?
but if you are super fresh and you're starting in the corporate life, you have to read Rich Dad and Poor Dad. For me, it was like a foundation of my learning. It taught me how to utilize the money. Usually, before, if I made $1,000, I would spend $1,000 in the same night. Then I learned, no, you have to have that money which can be invested into assets that will give you your returns, and you can burn that return, but don't burn your assets. So Rich Dad and Poor Dad is a must. There's a book called The ABC of Sales. There is the Sales Bible. There is How to Influence Friends.
People and friends.
And this one will teach you how to be calmer, to smile more often, how to be a nice person. There's so many. Man, I have in my home over 500 books.
Of course. But sometimes people, I think, they don't know exactly what to read exactly.
It depends, who you can relate with. Like nowadays, it's so beautiful that every author, you can put the name on YouTube and you will see them having 2-3 videos. Listen to them. Do I resonate with that person? Do I click with that? Maybe no, then screw it. Read something else. You know?
For sure. Nowadays, you have so many options. You can go listen to billionaires.
Like when I started like doing my YouTube search, who did we have? Les Brown. It was the start of Gary Vee and Grant Cardone. That's it. There was not many online. And even with those few people, we managed to get so much information. So nowadays, like, everything is online. Just spend the time. Instead of you spending 3 hours on TikTok watching unnecessary stuff.
Sure.
Use the same time to grab knowledge. That's it.
Your success online as well, with the course downloads, the podcast downloads, at this point, they're astronomically high. You're extremely popular. And when I think of real estate in Dubai, I think of you, you know, and I know that's the case for many other of my friends and my circle and everything. What was the first step where you started to realize, wow, people love what I've got to say, or I've got a unique perspective online, you know, where...
It was my first video.
Your first video?
It was my first video, yeah. So I remember that period, we had lots of people coming to our office and they wanted to do videos, and they asked me, I'm like, no, I don't even like to be in front of a camera. And they were like, why, you're wanted? I started laughing. I'm like, no, I just don't feel comfortable in front of the camera. September 2019, it was our first roadshow in London. And I haven't been in London before that time. And all of the time I've been hearing London, London, and so glorious and stuff. So we went there, we booked, and okay, I'm not gonna mention the name, it's a huge chain. Anyway, we're paying £200 a night. That was equivalent to one night in Burj Al Arab, the 7 stars, back then.
Okay.
That was the rate
Wow.
of it.
Yeah.
So when I reached the hotel, immediately we smelled fried fish in the lobby, and I'm like, really? Came in, give the passport, took the keys, went to the room, and it was a shithole. It was so bad. Like it should be classified as a motel, maybe 1 star. It shouldn't be classified as a 5 stars. And I had my neighbor next to me that we had like a separating wooden door, and he was drunk and singing "I Made It My Way." And I was looking at the room, and I had cracks in the wall, and genuinely I couldn't fit myself with the suitcases. So I went down to speak to them, and I'm like, this is unacceptable. She said, sir, it is what it is. If you don't like it, you can leave. I'm like, wow, even a shittier customer service. So I went down the road, picked up the phone, made a video, like with everything, we're spoiling you on Dubai. With all of the service and everything. And you don't like it, and you keep telling me about London. I'm in London, and this is terrible.
Yeah.
And I posted this video, just like that.
Yeah.
And I started getting Brits that they didn't follow me back then, telling me this is so true. You're absolutely right. Hospitality in the city is shit, and you should be doing videos more often. And I'm like, really? Like,
people resonated,
yeah.
Wow.
Second day, which I have a habit, any city I go to, I go check the real estate in the city. It's like religious for me.
Of course.
So I was going there asking for the prices, and I'm like, man, tiny studios.
Yeah.
£800,000, £1 million. Like, guys, I'm giving you the same price, a villa in Dubai Hills Estate, where you pay 50%, you move in, the remaining 50, you pay it on 3-4 years post-handover. And there's no tax, and there is no register, and you still don't like it. And I posted it, and I got the same reaction, but this time it was way better. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing a road show. Let me post a video saying that tomorrow I am here in Mayfair. This is the location, running a roadshow Saturday and Sunday, and everyone is more than welcome to come. And I've done that, and a lot of people came. And they were like, we saw this video, we're here to meet this guy. They didn't even know my name. Then I'm like, oh, wow.
How far was this into your journey in Dubai? Was this 1 year in, 2 years, 3?
No.
Much
So
later?
I started end of 14. This happened end of 19, after 5 years.
Sure.
Yeah. But when I saw this many people came, I'm like, man, that's a crazy tool. And the crazy part of it is for free. Let me utilize it. So when I came to Dubai, I posted the story. I'm looking for a videographer. And then I met few people. I liked one guy. We started filming, and we've never stopped until now.
Amazing.
So I want to tell people, whoever wants to use it, do not care about anyone's opinion. I can guarantee you from now that your first video will be shit. Your second will be a bit better. The third will be a bit better. But once you pick it up, it's going to be amazing. No one is paying your bills. There is not one opinion that you can take to the bank or to DIWA or to Empower. Say, that's my body's opinion. That's my bill. So do not care. Do what you have to do. End of the day, everyone will try to bash you. Then later on, they will give excuses to justify your success. And later on, when you really smash it, they will come to you, ask for advice, or they will tell everyone how they used to know you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take action,
It's amazing. And AJ, the last question I wanted to ask you is, where do you see the future of Dubai's property and the country as a whole?
The country as a whole, it speaks for itself. It's the most growing in all of the Middle East. Now it's beating everyone in Europe, even in the States. We have seen that UAE is the second most stable economy after Switzerland, which is mega. We have huge liquidity in the city, so it doesn't matter if there's any economic crisis happening anywhere else. And here we're still doing amazing. Now, when it comes to real estate, I cannot really predict the future. I just follow figures. I know that from now until 2026, it will keep rising, whether it's sales or rental. In the year of 2026, we're gonna start having the handovers for all of these projects that were launched in 22 and 23, which approximately is gonna drop anywhere between 80,000 to 90,000 units in the market. If the market will absorb it very quickly, okay, the market will keep going out. If we don't have people to take on 85,000 units, maybe this will get us into a bit of a reversal. Means there will be inventory in the market, and now the owners have to put a competitive price, whether it's for lease or it's for sale, in order for them to flip the unit.
Yes.
But from now, for the next 2 years coming, following all of the numbers, it's going all the way up.
Yeah. Absolutely. AJ, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure to have you on. I'm a massive fan. I've read all your books, and
I appreciate your voice. Thank you.
Everybody at home is going to be massively, getting a lot of value from this. So thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.